Earth is Ghetto. The Devil's Son, the origin of John D. Rockefeller. How a con man's child became the architect of modern control. Before there was a food pyramid, before there was a medical school, before there was a foundation that shaped how the world eats, heals, and learns, there was a boy watching his father count money he wouldn't keep in a bank, learning a lesson that would echo for 100 years. The system isn't broken. It was built this way from the very beginning. The root, devil built. Because you cannot understand John D. Rockefeller without understanding where he came from. And the story has been buried on purpose. His father, William Avery Rockefeller, made his money from a slew of shady business ventures, from pretending to be a deaf and blind peddler, to posing as a doctor, to hawk patent medicines. The locals called him something, Devil Bill. William Avery Rockefeller was a pitchman, a doctor who claimed he could cure cancers and charged up to $25 a treatment. He was gone for months at a time, traveling around the West, from town to town, and would return to wherever the family was living with substantial sums of cash. Let that land. The father of the man who would one day control what doctors teach, what people eat, and what medicines get made, was himself a fake doctor selling fake cures. The apple didn't fall far, it just got bigger. Now here's where it gets real. Devil Bill didn't just sell lies out of a suitcase. He built a whole operation. He had a man with him, a young man named Charles Johnston, nut brown skin, high cheekbones, flowing black hair. Bill looked at him the way this country always looks at people who look like something it can profit from. He dressed Charles up, feathers, paint, ceremony that wasn't his. Told the crowd this was his Indian son, a prince who carried ancient healing secrets, passed down from a great chieftain. Charles Johnston was not a prop, he was a person. But in Devil Bill's hands, everybody was inventory. Now listen to what Charles said when he finally talked in 1908. 30 years later, after Bill was dead, after he couldn't hurt him anymore, he said, he had a fine team of horses, the best that money could buy, and a fine carriage in which we drove, from town to town. He would have a string of 8 or 10 towns at once. He would drive into a town, scatter handbills, in which the great Dr. Levingston asserted that he could cure all diseases, and we would have a suite of rooms at the best hotel, and to the doctor there would come the sick and the halt and the lame. 8 to 10 towns at the same time, running the same script, selling the same bottle. Let that sit. This man, Dr. Levingston, wasn't even a real name. It was a costume. His real name was William Avery Rockefeller, Devil Bill, father of the future richest man on earth. And it gets deeper. In 1855, while Eliza, his wife, was home, Bill quietly married another woman, didn't divorce Eliza, didn't tell either of them, bigamist, fraud, fugitive, 3 crimes, 1 man, and the world didn't find out until 1908, because his son, the most powerful man in America, spent decades and a fortune making sure nobody could find him. Ask yourself this. When a man builds an empire from oil, medicine, education, and his father's entire legacy is selling fake cures to people who had nowhere else to turn, what does that tell you? About the foundation? What does it tell you about what got passed down? Because the con didn't stop when Bill died, it just got a better address. We've only told you about the father. We haven't touched the son yet. We haven't talked about the 22 companies he destroyed in 6 weeks, or the secret deals, or the railroads, or the woman who almost brought the whole empire down. And we definitely haven't talked about what he built after they thought they stopped him. Because here's what you need to understand. Everything we've shown you today, the wagon, the fake doctor, the con man, and his medicine bottle, that was just a blueprint. John D. Rockefeller didn't inherit his father's crimes. He industrialized them. Part 2, coming soon. Earth is Ghetto.